Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die? It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do, but you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help. I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation. Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be. He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet, but judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers. That is something I agree on. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions... I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. We've all witnessed it in action before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape. Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer. But without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance from her. Two victims ones appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of itself, that's very unusual. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler, then a family celebrity, then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly chewing over. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion. Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost. This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened, and it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths. And ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Hold on just a sec. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone, and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf. I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you. Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we? What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay? So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
Perish on that blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
You're still alive. As are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind. And then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire, and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy, until all the kindling has burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon, from the beginning to the end. We are born to die, just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn my heart. They're still young, I don't blame them. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring Purgatory with me there, and before that, I must surpass you.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator. You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here, bound to fight a decisive battle to the death, for I choose this. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence. May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless dream.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but perhaps out of reciprocity. I'll reveal the truth to you. hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances. But they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but... why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron Hunters. That's all. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So... I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next, then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for her?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way, but as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
knew it.
Hang on. I don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light, and to burn, to keep on burning, until I turn to ash. So, I really envy you.
Is that so? And you're already living in the waking world.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Robin to...
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to turn into a bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
Indeed, he was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here. And I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. She's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore. You... No, I can't accept this. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open. Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger, we know hardly anything about her, and can't rush to any conclusions. An attack on the hotel guests? Unlikely. Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. People who not even the eyepiece. He's definitely going for the family, and it's... I was also considering this possibility. Especially... I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also, he's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Aventurine said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever. but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious. Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. Two birds, one stone. However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron? That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
Checked off the list.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive and well. Somewhere. That everything's just some horrible prank. Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Shouldn't only good things happen here? Whenever I see the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head. Yeah, of course. At times like this, we're so lucky to have our crew. The family and the IPC. Everyone has their own plans going on. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us were all outsiders from another world. Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himiko, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the two murders that she witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those, and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem. I'll leave it to you then.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himiko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Weld.
Is there something about my name?
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board. Is she okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
She's fine. Let's just stick with the topic. Gaining my trust depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me, and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups. Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams. Only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said,
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
the guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch, this music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go, shall be met by annihilation.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
They sought refuge in a land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
When have thou, on the path of destruction, feared death?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way... it's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... No. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together. But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable
A few days ago, the IPC made an under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat at the Interstellar Congress. The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational Kataka-Abjin extinction event into a distant memory.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs that are independent of the Eon belief system.
Sigonia. Sigonia. Ravenous eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tears. You beat us with your falling star. You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother's heartbeat and the sound of the...
Mommy! The rain... It is raining! It's true! Others weren't...
Darling. Such a lucky child. May the goddess Gayatri let you and your... Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
Time to wake up, gambler.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much.
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony, using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few...
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your... Besides Robin, there was... another
2 murder cases? I told this murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. What should we do?
Incredible, gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. But she died.
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, there were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However...
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. Starting to break out in a cold sweat.
A probability? Yes, it exists, but if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then they're just so... That man wants...
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private...
If it were the former, it would hardly be...
Fine. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. Without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place...
Fortress? I like this metaphor.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes...
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak...
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor.
You two?
I was requested, but...
Oh, I remember you.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared...
Right, and as I...
That's because you can't see it. Like I say.
It seems...
A dead end?
The door is shut.
I mean, there isn't a door.
For security reasons, the family... On the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone...
Well, maybe we should do the same. This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
Nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint.
But are these nightingales?
They are.
How can nightingales be so huge?
There are no eagles in the 5 families. A truly miraculous discovery.
Really? Well, I thought you'd given up on that already.
I was being sarcastic.
Impressive.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death. A reward with no risk? I'll take it.
Hold on.
Huh? What's...
No.
My friend?
It's a trial. You got... If I'm not wrong, we need to find a way...
Oh, and...
Get serious. I've no...
Wow. That's an enormous sandpit. Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap.
There wasn't a gap before.
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have...
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Found it. This is it.
Watch it! What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra!
Elusive foretelling.
Ill tidings manifest.
Hedge your bets. It's on me.
Stand still.
No dirty tricks, alright. Sure, I'll play along.
What do you want to know?
Ill fate is said.
We're just having fun!
Stand still.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all! Watch your head!
Memories are ever beneath the water lies an endless abyss.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
More business, eh?
Ill fate is said.
Hedge your bet. Huh. And the nameplate reads Gulliver's Arch. Well, I'm amazed you can remember.
If I were you, I would shut my...
Oh, this reminds me of one of those Oh, look. The gap is closed.
Indeed.
Oh, Doc. Oh, actually, I think we could make this work for us. Oh, fine. I was just kidding. Let's find a way to open the door.
Hello! Well, I am an Oak Soldier. I will be here to guide you.
And
Hello! I am an Oak Soldier. Model. Please look. Model.
what's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? Oh, capsule machine. There's no mechanism. So, I was right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison, right where he can see it first thing in the morning. Insecure much? Feeling lucky.
Make a wish. Does that hurt?
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Ill tidings manifest.
May as well kill them all.
Memories beneath the water lies an endless abyss.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
The human body is beautiful.
Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's tough. Doc!
There's no need to yell. I can hear you. Finally, a moment of peace.
Stand still.
We're just having fun.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
Your answers?
I'm gonna hold everyone back again!
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
SAS per kid. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. More business,
Good
eh?
times. Time to say bye. Boom.
The human body is beautiful in its fragility.
That's it. Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
Fuck, you're back! Thanks, Doc. Oh, Ratio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could even... All done. Piece of cake.
Make a wish. Does that hurt?
To betray my customers, I charge extra.
An elusive foretelling.
Ill fate, it says!
Sure, it's on me.
We're just having fun.
Watch your head. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Ill tidings manifest. Memories of beneath the water lies an endless abyss.
Stand still.
We're just having fun.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom. May as well kill.
Sure, I'll play along.
More business.
Destiny. Ill fate, it says!
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Say bye to breathing.
Spend freely.
Stand still.
Watch your head. The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
What do you want to know?
Watch your head.
We're just having fun.
May as well kill him.
All done. Piece of cake. The joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
It's a pity you made it out.
Yeah.
Tell me about your...
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by.
Looks like sincerity.
Am I not sincere? And I'll help him find the murder.
On what basis do you believe?
Simple. Because that murder... That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman. We need someone who... Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. She could be, but honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. I believe we'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom and power. If the chance of winning is just beyond this door...
Ah, the charming audacity.
3 chips are enough. All or nothing.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC Ambassador.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort.
Well, this isn't an invitation, but I imagine this knowledgeable doctor.
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do.
Yes, the doctor has assured me of your noble character. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent. But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person.
You don't look too... If not, then it means...
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a...
No, you weren't mistaken. There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of showbiz. Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among them. Now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a... But don't worry.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine.
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim...
The box in which the cornerstone...
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the Preservation Emanator, granting significant power. And every liquidation specialist holds one. For an object so precious.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk.
Mr. Aventurine, when you're out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with...
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. I'm not the kind that takes risks. The corner...
No room for negotiation.
Please.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without...
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can... The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next, you have 113 seconds to prove your innocence and gain my trust.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you. Question. Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to poverty. Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes. You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor?
Perhaps.
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your own hands?
don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine Stone is safe and sound in this box?
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance to defend your honor. Please. Are these what you're looking for? Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the pursuit of knowledge above all.
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of petty pride.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that, besides the family, no other faction is willing to share such information.
Cut to the chase. What do you need from me?
I need Mr. Aventurine's comprehensive plan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine surrendered. Was it really his?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone. The 10 Stonehearts aren't as united as you think. Cornerstones are significantly more precious to them than their very own lives.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more cautious I must be.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink. Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. But I happen to be among them.
I appreciate it.
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klepoth's body.
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, granting them an unparalleled radiance. And this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Adventurine, and it belongs to Topaz. So, do you wish to confront him?
Not at the moment. I'm more interested to know the location of his cornerstone.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that cornerstone has been in your hands from the very beginning.
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels, disguised as a gift of money waiting to be confiscated, is indeed in line with Mr. Aventurine's style.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money. This is a gamble, one he's all too familiar with, betting on your single misstep, leading to a total loss.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. The family will surely reward a righteous person like you. As for the villain, I hope he retreats in humiliation. It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career. Ratio, you wretch. Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. Treasure your remaining time, and savor the delectable aftertaste of defeat. You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly. What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehoods, transforming the consecration into a trial. I genuinely see no reason to absolve you from it.
Is this what the Harmony represents? Is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent, but I have seen your resilient spirit, and thus I offer you the possibility of a new beginning. Throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape or contact any of your companions. You only have 2 paths before you, and it all depends on whether you can complete my test within the time limit. Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the Harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the Eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 17 system hours. When the time comes, compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achievable without it.
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag of worthless jewels for everything you need. That's what gamblers excel at, isn't it? Off you go, Mr. Aventurine. You are free. I will wait here for your good news.
This meeting isn't an interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out. That's all. By the way, before you go, I have a personal question.
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Kakavasha! Where did you go? Oh, are you injured?
I got it back,
You went to look for them? That's too... I can't live without you, little brother.
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechism...
One?
I made a bet with them. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won.
Of course. But that's no reason to push your luck by going up against those...
I'm sorry, sister.
It is important. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gayathra Triclops. You're a child blessed by God. Listen to me.
Okay. But sister, if Gayathra tried, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, where was Gayathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gayathra Triclops' forgiveness under her breath. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. If ever, then how bad were our sins?
I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives.
Just as I thought.
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor I apologize. The hotel...
Looks like nothing can...
At least we know who to look for next. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie. By the way...
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin?
Sure enough. No, but that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. She's also in the running for the legacy.
Is there any other...
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. The hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the Dreamscape Hotel's seal. According to the scene witnessed by her...
The Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters.
Who are you guys?
The Bravo team has arrived at their designated position. Ready to execute armed evacuation... armed evac... What do you know? It's more efficient this way. Just
help! Help me! I spent all my year-end bonus on the snowball!
Hey, check it out!
To all guests, the IPC will be...
I'll request a beating for you lot! You've been taken back to the... I'll organize a meeting later to properly go...
Miss Topaz?
Oh, long time no see. It's fine. Do as they ask and try to avoid any conflict. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Only a Venturine, who carries an invitation, is allowed to attend the banquet. An entourage like us.
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone.
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear.
You're all helping to investigate some dirt.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify some
Yep. They're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? How does it feel to be in business with Event? That's just his style. All or nothing is his mantra. He's always cozying up to his clients, but Aventurine's luck has always been good. He's always closed all his cases without a hitch, and... Of course. It's as for the 2 cases, apologies, but...
We're carrying out our captain's orders.
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't...
So that's it. They were the pair who...
It's you...
Well, spit it out.
So you know each other. That's right. We're
Hey! The security officer and... What?
Yeah, that's right.
Looks like they're not going to cooperate.
Why don't we just look for the security officer then? It's probably... Such tight security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well. Gallagher. Gallagher. Where could he be?
Apologies. The Bloodhound fam... Hold on a minute.
How much trouble have you stirred?
Not possible. It was you the last time yelling about some clockwork friendship. I'm not letting you get by this time.
Huh?
Hold on, sir. We have documents all...
Who exactly is this Gallagher you keep talking about? There's been a...
he...
It was the security...
He'll do.
Sorry. No can do. The boss... Everyone, please leave.
We're really sorry for troubling you.
Another way. Can you perform it again? Please?
Sorry. No can... Everyone, please... Sorry. No... Everyone, please leave. Let me... Whoa! Time to clock out!
What?
Huh? At least he won't be getting in our way again.
I was wondering what all the commotion was. Huh.
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir.
Miss Hema...
Mr. Gallagher.
Of course I do. You folks are from the... I had an encounter with this lady in the golden hour. I remember that little... I'm sorry.
This is also the reason why we've come...
The Nameless, involved with the family.
Why?
It's nothing. No matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes, they too will find it hard.
Mr. Gallagher...
You got it wrong. You want to discuss the case? Sure. Come with... Even after that chilling tragedy, this dream is still running effortlessly. Other than the family of the Harmony, it's hard to imagine any other power in the universe that could sustain a building of such magnitude.
The family itself is a huge, perfect building. Like a living idol. Each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core and a shared ideal. Under their command, they loyally fulfill their roles, offering themselves while also receiving sustenance in return.
Interesting analogy. Perhaps that's why Penacony's beautiful dream has persisted for so long.
But the human body has its limits, and so does the Divine's.
That doesn't sound like the kind of comment a Galaxy Ranger would make.
Just pointing out the facts. Mr. Yang will definitely have a better sense of what's going on than I do.
Why do you say that, Miss Acheron?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular visitor. Its collapse stems from a certain inevitability of human nature. The family refuses to acknowledge this, and it has ultimately backfired and become a catalyst. As people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences and pain cease to exist, and only ease and pleasure prevail, they draw closer and closer to necrosis. Regardless of the perceived bliss, death looms as the inevitable conclusion. Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread. One piece of the puzzle's mutation will eventually cause the entire building to shake, break, and crumble.
In the end, the dreams that people built in the name of freedom became the cage that imprisoned them. I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip, Miss Acheron. Are you willing to share your findings with me?
Of course. That's if I remember. Don't mind me. It's just a habit. Owing to events in the past, I've become easily forgetful. It's only when this sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer.
Take your time.
That should do it. I vividly remember everything that occurred on Penacony. Ask away.
The moment of daybreak. I've heard that's what...
Behind the dreamscape's song and dance stand many imagination factories. Workers create all kinds of whimsical works day in and day out in their dreams. Then they return to reality. They say it will suffice. Experiencing the bizarre and there I encountered a young woman who had just come of age. The perfect time to indulge in beautiful dreams. Her greatest wish was to one day move to the golden hour. For certain reasons, her wish was...
Gilded Hour. It's said...
Yes. It is a fortress-like financial city. The economic... Everyone there is exquisitely dressed and always in a hurry. I've never met anyone who was willing to talk. I could only stand at the crossroads, watching crowds of people hurrying like the wind through the jungle of steel. Only to... I don't know if they would open the vault door. But before I left, I witnessed a well-dressed professional.
I hear the Blue Hour is...
Perhaps Mr. Yang has heard. There is a large boat called the Event. I ran into a wizened lady there. She was at the dock, waiting for her long... In the humid sea breeze, she spoke of her own youth. Like many who desired wealth and love, they came to... Finally, she suggested we continue our conversation on a boat in the shallows. I agreed and boarded the boat. Finally, we retreated to the beach.
The dreamscape of chic, luxury, and...
Then you all must have seen those who are attempting to realize their dreams. Or have realized. I saw an Intellitron there, who was preparing to auction himself. When someone wins a bid, under stipulated periods and rules, he would do the buy. That Intellitron had been auctioned off 12 times, and I participated in his 13th. That was the grandest banquet I had ever attended. This time around, there were no successes. This is what I've seen and heard along. Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this a long time ago. Nor should it be. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities. Watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people. Where the spirits of the rich and impoverished remain forever fixed on their own scales. This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful dream is inevitable.
There might be a way to change everything.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if this is precisely why life chooses to slumber, should we still seek to change it?
Miss Acheron? There was a man from my homeland who, at a time when the world was grappling with deep, unhealable pain, made a choice. He wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself. From this, he created a giant, a spiritual atom. And since that moment, the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. As a price, those who found it hard to move forward, who could not advance, forever lost their future. They slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in the man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those people who wished not to awaken that this spiritual atom became unbreakable.
And yet, you stand here right now, which also means that man failed.
Because people must always move towards the future. Even if human weaknesses make them pause when they truly cannot move forward, humanity will eventually seek a way to save itself. And that man, he was never a failure. Like everyone in that world, he etched the possibilities of human nature into his heart. He was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky and embracing his final victory with his fall. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings would melt because of it. Only countless others would surpass him, soaring to even greater heights.
A fitting metaphor for the Nameless's trailblazing spirit. Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar, yet different worlds. In these worlds, there are innumerable people who look alike, yet don't. I too have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar faces on different worlds, witnessing their destinies follow paths similar to mine. So I will tell you, even if not completely similar, the story you just told, it overlaps with my past. And within that abyssal dream, I ended that man's life. Alone. I am not who you think I am. Nor will my home be as fortunate as your world.
I am sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as I can alleviate your suspicions.
There's something I still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that representation of the hunt, exactly what sort of power is it that has motivated your solitary journey thus far?
Mr. Yang, before Answering that question, I wish to continue the previous topic. I like your analogy very much. Indeed, birds are born to fly. But in a distant past, their ancestors could only gaze at the sky in envy. They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky, attempting to touch its ceiling, all because the sun was there. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky, only to realize that the end of the light is not the sun, but darkness? Then why, exactly, do we even walk towards the light?
Long time no see. Having fun on Penacony? Acheron?
This voice, it's not Constance. Could it be her companion?
Though I don't know exactly what you are, or what you're up to, my bullets will find you. Until then, you best find a casket store on Penacony and ask the owner to reserve a good quality casket for you, imposter.
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's tracking Acheron too. Who are you?
Huh? Did I make a mistake? Who the heck are you?
I'm the Garden of Recollection's memo keeper.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like. You that imposter's bodyguard? Never mind. It's fine. I'll leave a round for you. So get that forehead clean and wait for me.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, yes? I have something to ask you.
Are you asking me to write your will? Sure. Go ahead.
Not quite. I only want to ask, how exactly did she become a Galaxy Ranger? She's clearly not a path strider of the hunt, but you...
Sure. Heck, never thought I'd come across an ally. What a stroke of luck. Penacony soon. That lady's passed. Well, nobody knows. But if all you want is an emanator who should not exist.
You look... I thought this was exactly what you want. Just tell me if you can.
So, the genius of the...
Yes, and I'm pretty sure...
Great. Then tell your people that Aventurine...
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How...
My conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone this smoothly since I walked through the doors of the Reverie.
Sounds like a...
That's all I can say. Go.
That's true, but what's your...
Well, who knows? Maybe that...
You are in...
Maybe I am.
Fine. Here.
What's this? Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway...
Would you be willing to support my performance? Wow.
Well...
That's incredible.
Sure thing.
Death?
Oh, you see...
Well, if you're up for some gossip, it was like they were in some sort of coma.
Thank you. Unexplained coma. That's actually what happens to your body if your brain dies in a dream. I can feel something inside my head.
You wait. I get it now. You youngsters are always...
Oh, a great show will start.
Ah, I see. Death? Not even remotely innovative. The effects were awful. First, some monster.
Is that...
Yeah. What else can you expect? Don't put too much...
What a joke. Well, a monster covered in eyes. It sounds like the memories... The disturbing voice in my head.
A sip of liquor. A blissful reprieve. To drown. Oh? Or are you just pitying me?
You really shouldn't drink so much soul.
Oh?
The devil of...
They say...
Yeah. Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family?
Take care, my friend. If you ever find yourself in danger... You don't look good, my friend.
That won't be necessary. I have some business.
All right, then.
Well, actually...
Stowaways?
All right. What was I even thinking?
This?
Yes, it's...
Is this for real?
No, it's not much.
I knew it. Oh, you sound just like my... He's an Intellatron, so his dream.
Hey.
enough credits?
You want to talk to me? Huh. So...
I'm...
Another...
How did your boss talk you up?
Well, she simply said, I thought about it.
Guess she's got a... The devil of Soul Glad. Dangers in the dream.
Remember what I said. You Sigonians are better off hiding in the sewers. Look at you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere. Is the smell of death so enticing?
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again. But it's a good thing if you ask me, because...
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out, will you reward me with an answer for my efforts?
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into... chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Back then, when you asked me to find a mute, did you really mean Robin?
And what if I say no?
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded so pleasing.
Well done. I admit I underestimated you, but what difference would it make? Let me tell you something. There were two mutes, but one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only two things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16 system hours.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand. Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured distraction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of Penacony will go up in smoke. If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, Blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care, too.
Oh, a deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here?
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of, but it's good to hear that he's still here in Penacony. I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me. Catch you later, fool.
You're still talking big, but sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my word. Just don't let me down now, okay?
So, number 30.
Can a commodity code really be considered a lucky charm?
Silence! I didn't... The guys in black didn't say much, so I've no idea what you did to save your skin. But I figured you must have had good luck, so I bought you. Your first task is simple. Go and play a game with them. You came out alive.
You're insane. Aren't you worried that the money you spent...
I've got stacks on stacks, Blondie, but you look good.
How much...
What?
My price.
Huh. You really want to know?
I'll take my chance. 30 tanba. If I come back...
Are you trying to strike a... Yeah, sorry, but, that won't. You're just a chip. A life thrown away in someone else's hands. It's all or nothing.
What brings you here, Gallagher?
Some friends from the old days. Do you have a moment to spare, Siobhan?
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dream Jolt Hostelry. This bar offers a wide variety of drinks, but we draw the line at Soul Glad. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience extraordinary? We're dedicated to serving up nothing but pure joy and laughter. What would you like to drink?
Look! A lady!
Who's Serval? Will you, introduce me to her? Huh?
Oops!
Just spare them, my esteemed bartender. I'm getting up there in age, and I need some practice before I forget the skills that used to put food on my table. Where did you stash the ingredients?
They're all under the counter. Since our guests have traveled from afar...
That's exactly what I had in mind. The discussion might take quite some time.
In the bar?
Why, we're in a dream, my lovely lady. You can help yourself to anything if you wish for it. Comfort, hunger...
Oh, did you hear that? She just called me.
Even in reality, mixing drinks is more than just throwing ingredients together.
Only then can a perfect drink crafted with a custom...
In other words, what you get from your drink is down to luck. So don't overthink it. Indecisiveness...
Hey!
A few days ago, an actor from the Iris family came. Caused a ruckus with Siobhan. Nah, it took...
That being said, opening...
You'll have to ask her yourself.
Why don't they sell soul
It's all about the bartender's pride.
oh, that's quite a stash. Not sure if it's enough.
Stay out of my way. I'm looking for Siobhan.
Uh-huh.
Haven't I made myself clear enough, Miss Amiki?
But you have the talent. Come with me.
As you see, I'm entertaining.
Fine. If you don't come...
Just...
What's her deal?
Hey, can you do that?
Yeah, I'm counting.
You're one of Siobhan's guests, right? What? I just don't get why she won't leave this place. Those darn Irish jerks! They're the... I get it. I can help clear the way for her. I just don't get... I'm too timid. You don't know Siobhan's past. I know.
She's still not leaving. Maybe I'll have to try again.
I just don't get... I've seen it. The crowd is going... I've seen... Well, maybe... Here's the payment for the drinks.
Amiki has left? That's good for her. When you're ready, go to Gallagher.
That being said, mixing a drink, though, go ahead. Go ahead, my friend.
Can this be used for mixing? Oh, what should we exchange for it? humble.
That being said, so go ahead. Nice work. You found some interesting each drink has its own unique flavor. The original formula is said to be Nunu's favorite drink. It's sour. Now that you've chosen the base, it's time to pick the adjunct. The ingredient that'll create a marvelous chemical reaction with the base. Bright future. A taste that's... I'll never forget the flavor that danced on my tongue as Mikhail whisked me through the dreamscape wilderness.
Mikhail.
Almost there. Let's pick a decoration. Which style do you prefer? Anything you need? A symbol of bravery and dauntless. Well, it's done. Here's to you, the Nameless, with this glass of a ticket to the boneyard. To the dead and the dying.
Well done, Gallagher. You're not over the hill yet.
So are...
Oh, the flavor!
The richness and layers of these flavors are a masterpiece, especially with the adjuncts. I can taste the spicy and sour notes. I'm not entirely sure what it all means.
Well, if you're expecting... The imagery it implies is pretty straightforward.
Does this true taste have...
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. When you got knocked out by that masked fool girl, I think I heard someone calling that name. Do you remember?
I was right about you. Let's dig deeper into the case, and of course... All right, let's start with what we know based on the clues the family has. It seems that she managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me. But here's the thing. We only received... She simply vanished, leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality.
Huh?
That's impossible. The problem now is not that she's dead, but that it's as... Let me be frank. This case...
Dealt with before, so...
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shy confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. If you really want to delve deeper into this case,
I guess it's time...
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received that music box too, right?
There's a message. Witness the impossible?
Hey, why are you
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case. So how could I not know?
That's just our speculation.
Now I can assure you that the family has considered the Watchmaker an enemy for a long time. But the hounds haven't been able to track him down, as he seems to be living only in the character. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the family allowed the Watch...
So, you want...
Well, now you understand why the Oak family authorized the name. Because the Watchmaker is not the legend of the Land of the Dreams at all. He's the most shameful... You don't get it? Mikhail, the betrayer of the family... Here we are, Clock Studios theme park, the most popular entertainment.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be...
The culture of a city reflects its history. You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right? All the prisoners were brought here. The prolonged exposure to high concentrations of Memoria caused a unique phenomenon. But everything has a price, and sweet dreams are no exception. In the end, the dream world was unable to alleviate the suffering of prisoners and He is Hanu, the great leader of Dreamville. History is always written by the winners. However, it's undeniable that Clocky is an animation. These characters not only exist in Dreamville, but also in the distant...
There are so many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
Just received a lockdown order, supposedly from Sun... Day himself. Who knows what it's for?
Do you want to enter the Forgotten?
They'll be happy to see us. Make a wish.
Does that hurt?
Forward.
Stand still. What do you want to know?
Ill tidings manifest.
Say bye to breathing.
We're just having fun.
Relax. Destiny. Ill fate is dead. May as well kill them all. Memories are ever. Beneath the water lies an endless abyss.
Stay put.
Stand still.
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers, I charge extra.
Ill tidings manifest.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom. Cutting the net. Relax.
Ill fate is dead.
Say bye to breathing.
We're just having fun.
Be watchful, always. Show your courage.
The moon shines on the truth.
100% quick. Our fortune is clouded. This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Stand down. All will be revealed in the lunar flame.
Can I have fun this time? Time for fun.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Ready for
We've
that.
entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. A quick divination. Converge and awaken. This battle is
All
unavoidable.
things in this
Human creations.
Nowhere to run.
More enemies. Time for a fun. This combat needs This is double speed.
Tedious.
You'll pay for lend me your strength.
Blade of me. All will be revealed in the lunar flame.
Yin and yang. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Nowhere to run.